Ladies and gentlemen, fight fans all around the world, let's talk some boxing. So we are looking at world champions. And now we're going to look at the WBO super middleweight champion of the world, Arthur Abraham. In what was a somewhat memorable bout, Arthur Abraham fought against Robert Stieglitz for the third time. The first time they ever met, Robert Stieglitz was the WBO super middleweight champion of the world. That fight ended in Arthur Abraham winning a unanimous decision over Robert Stieglitz. As you can see, Stieglitz is in the red trunks, Arthur Abraham is in the gold and white. Stieglitz is the younger of the two, Arthur Abraham having faced names such as Jermaine Taylor, Andre Ward, and Carl Froch. He had a lot of experience in veteran tactics, and he was very slick and skilled. He was able to defeat Stieglitz in this fight, which was their third fight. In the second fight, Stieglitz knocked out Arthur Abraham in the fourth round. But in the third fight, Arthur Abraham was able to win a split decision over Stieglitz. Now let's talk about Arthur Abraham's style. Basically, Arthur Abraham is a boxer. He needs distance to really have a very good performance. He is an aged veteran of the sport of boxing, so he will tie you up and he will use various other tactics to beat you, including roughhousing, and he will at times hit you with rabbit punches and off the break. Now, Stieglitz is also an outside fighter and puncher, and Stieglitz also has the basic 1-2, and he'll come in with the triple jab or the double jab. Stieglitz, being the younger fighter, may even hit you on the break, as he did there. Now, Arthur Abraham was able to beat Stieglitz in this fight, knocking him down at least once in the 12th to get a split decision win over him. As you can see, the fight's kind of ugly because there's a lot of holding, which is what Arthur Abraham basically brings to the table. He uses every single veteran tactic you can name in the book. Arthur Abraham is a German boxer, just like Marco Huck, who was the cruiserweight champion. And so it was pretty interesting to watch him. He would use the check hooks, he would use left hooks, he'd use shots to the head, he would try to work the body, but usually the fight is a pretty scrappy, dirty one. He also likes to bang a lot. He reminds me of Sekio Bika to some extent because he's a sort of rough and tumble, rugged, slightly dirty fighter. Okay. Now let's look at Arthur Abraham's career so far. He's had 46 fights. He's won 42, 28 with knockout. He's lost 4 and he's been knocked out in 1 fight. And his knockout ratio is 61%. As I said before, the notable names he's faced is Jermaine Taylor, who he's got a knockout in the 12th round against. He lost to Andre Durrell, Carl Froch, and Andre Ward, all 3 by unanimous decision. It was going to turn out to be a unanimous decision against Andre Durrell until he slipped and Arthur Abraham hit him really hard while he was down in the back of the head. That kept Andre Durrell out of boxing for a very, very long time. But he also, as I said before, he lost to Robert Stieglitz. Now, the interesting thing about Robert Stieglitz, like I said, he faced him 3 times. Okay? The first time he faced him was for the WBO super middleweight title, and he won that super middleweight title by unanimous decision against Stieglitz. The second time, Stieglitz knocked him out to get the title back, but it seems they had a rematch clause, so that Robert Stieglitz faced him a 3rd time, and because he knocked down Stieglitz in the 12th round, he got a split decision win in that fight. Other than that, there are no other notable names, and so Arthur Abraham right now is the WBO super middleweight champion of the world, and where he's going to go from there, we don't know. He's 35 years of age. He's a veteran in the sport. He was able to face Paul Smith, who was his most recent opponent, in February, and he was able to defeat him after having a questionable decision win over him the first time. He rematched him. Will he rematch Andre Ward? Will he fight Carl Froch? We don't know if he'll ever do that. He's mostly fighting his fights in Germany. So unless you go all the way across to Germany, probably not going to. He's not probably going to entertain a fight. But this is Arthur Abraham's resume. Where he goes from here, no one really knows. We'll have to wait and see. Until then, you guys, have a great day.